Welcome to the Waiver Wire. Waiver Wire. Waiver Wire. Waiver Wire. Waiver Wire.
What up? Welcome to the Waiver Wire, where fantasy players become fantasy legends.
What's up, y'all?
We don't even play fantasy right now. I don't even know why I keep saying it.
Because that's your catchphrase.
That is my catchphrase.
That's your intro
It's
line.
the only way I know how to start this thing.
We wouldn't even know what to do if you didn't say that.
If I didn't say it, yeah, you're right. I would feel off the entire rest of the thing.
Is it even a show?
Yeah, this is
Like,
the
are we
Waiver
even
Wire.
doing
This is another show. So we are football. Not really a lot going on in football right now.
The draft is on Thursday.
The draft is on Thursday. That's right.
going to be fun.
About that. Yeah.
They keep.
You think Aiden Hutchinson?
Well, now Vegas has switched the odds. Now it's that kid from Georgia, the defensive end from Georgia. Yeah, Walker.
Walker. Yeah, I believe Walker. Yeah, Walker.
He is the betting favorite.
Well, there's another
to be
defensive.
number one.
There's a shitload of defensive ends in this draft. There's a shitload of receivers.
We get it off. I want one of those offensive tackles. That's what I want.
I don't. If Evan, actually, I'm with you because if Evan Neal falls to us, I didn't think he'd be there.
Or the other Iwoki. What's the other guy's name?
Yeah. But I like that Alabama thoroughbred.
Yeah,
He's
when's the last time we picked a defensive end that high in the first round and it worked? We've done it number one overall.
Yeah, we've done it number one twice. Yeah,
or three times. No,
honestly, the other one too that I wouldn't be mad at is the safety from Notre Dame, Kyle Hamilton, because I keep watching highlight reels of this fucking guy and he is fucking amazing. First of all, he looks like Ed Reed because he just hunts the ball down. He's a safety that's just constantly got his eyes moving. Sometimes safeties come along. That's why he's being talked about so highly, because sometimes safeties come along that it's like obvious. It's like, this guy's going to play for a long time.
I can't remember his name.
Tyron Matthew.
The kid from Washington that got shot and killed.
Sean Taylor.
Sean Taylor.
Yeah, he was. But
there's some guys some safeties that changed the game.
Yep.
Like those you just don't know where they're at, and they just
Brian
lay
Dawkins.
out some vicious hits and fucking Ronnie Lott.
They keep comparing him to Brian Dawkins with the way that he hits people. Yeah. So if you get compared to Brian Dawkins, I would say you're pretty good.
Yeah,
but he's the only one that I know that people will go crazy if we pick a safety at number 3.
It would be weird.
It would be wild
safety because nobody does it.
I'm into it because first of all, he's not going to be there later. You're not going to get him later. He's going to be gone. So
do what's best for the team. I read something today, but I didn't go in depth to it. But apparently, we made a trade to move up in the first round or something like that.
With the Patriots. Did. Oh, that's right. We did to the 13th pick.
Okay, so now we have the 3rd and the 13th.
Yes.
Which so they must. They have a plan.
They must have a plan.
They're eyeballing two dudes,
which is nice. I don't think.
I just hope that they go. I hope they go one side of the ball or the other. Let's make one thing dominant, and then work on the other. Once we get one part worked out, let's work on the other. And I don't know which one's closer. I don't know.
And if you're looking at our team, which side would you say
which one's
most
closer?
Help?
Well, which one's closer to being dominant? And I'd probably just go that way.
I don't know which side. I don't know. I don't think either side's supposed to be dominant. We need a lot of help,
terrible, bad question. Anyways,
and one of the people that actually there is a football thing that came up this week, and his name is Deebo.
Oh yeah, but did you see what John Lynch said yesterday?
No.
He said he couldn't imagine Deebo not being a 49er.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because this guy has completely gone full. I'm not coming. He's Antonio Brown at this point. He's like
he was very nice. We will do anything we can to make sure.
I'm sure John Lynch is saying that. But Deebo said, "I want out. Y'all don't have the money. You're not gonna have the money." And this is a weird thing with the receivers right now is that they're demanding such a what's Tyreek Hill's making like $30 million a year. Get the fuck out of here! Are you kidding me?
As long as we have there's a salary cap, so you can't pay quarterbacks $30 million a year, and your fucking top receiver $30 million. I mean,
now you've got no money left to do anything.
Fuck, I don't know.
You're gonna have
the NFL's weird.
You're gonna end up with linemen that are terrible. on one or the other.
Right, basketball can do that shit, but football just doesn't.
No, you can't do that in football. It's
either
just
that
crazy.
or you're just going to have to suck for several years and then spend all your money one year to win a Super Bowl and then suck for a few more years. Kind of like the Rams. You know, I would imagine the Rams are going to be bad in a few years. Maybe.
Unless they keep doing this again and again and again.
Can you sustain it? It's almost like a Ponzi scheme. Like eventually you're just going to run out of fucking picks to trade.
I guess the only way that I could see it work is that if you somehow at one point went, okay, we have to take our talent that we love and we have had for a long time. We got to take Cooper Kupp next year and trade him for first round picks. That's what they're going to have to do to get some of them back to where they can now replenish what they've given out so freely. They've just given out all their first round picks.
Maybe.
So they'll have to get them back at some point in the next couple of years.
That's what I'm saying. It's like a Ponzi scheme. Eventually, you're going to run out.
It's going to crash.
You're not going to have enough money to pay all these guys, so you're going to have to let them go, and you're not going to have any more picks, and so you won't be able to replenish it. You'll have to wait. You're right. I would imagine you're just going to have to suck for a few years because you've spent all of your future capital.
See, the Patriots for a really long time, what they were great at was they would give you their first round pick, but they want 2 of your later round picks.
Right.
So they would stockpile the middle,
and that's
to where. That's why they built dynasties because they have such good players. They're always finding the next. Right. Oh look, we have another.
They're hitting on those picks,
and
that's one of
the Rams don't have picks,
but
they've given them away.
That is one of the reasons, and they were talking about that last year. Why this has worked for the Rams is because they're trading away the first round pick because they don't value it the way all the other teams do, and they're hitting on their later picks. So if they weren't hitting on their later picks, this wouldn't have worked.
But sometimes what Bill Belichick was not doing was trading his first round picks away for talent.
Other talent, right. And that's what the Rams are doing.
They're trading away their first round picks for people, and that's great.
Right.
And it got them a Super Bowl, but like you're saying, this Ponzi scheme is going to run out at some point.
I'm just saying eventually. But they're also
Jalen
the reason
Ramsey.
it did work is because they are and have been hitting on those later picks. If they hadn't, it wouldn't. Right. So let's say you don't have enough money to pay these guys anymore, so some of them have to go. You didn't hit on a couple of those picks that you were planning on hitting on later in the rounds, and now you don't have any first round picks, and it all just kind of, I don't know. It just seems like eventually it'll blow up in your face.
The Hindenburg is coming.
But you won a Super Bowl, so it's worth it, right?
Yeah, and you're going to
do it.
And next year, you still have that core together. You brought Allen Robinson.
You also have a formula to do it. Okay, so now we're going to suck for a few years. But we know what to do. We're going to draft, and then once we build a solid core and we feel like we have it, now we've saved up capital, we've saved up draft picks, we do it again, we win another Super Bowl.
It's better than what we're doing.
Would you win a Super Bowl every 15 years or every 10 years?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, one. Hell yeah. Or even let's say you suck for 5 years, but you're competitive for
I'll tell you who it's better than. The Packers, who have been for the last 10 years, as far as I can remember, with Aaron Rodgers, been a good team, quote unquote,
but haven't won shit.
Yeah. And because they don't treat the draft like that at all. I don't know what the Packers do with their draft. I look back at what they've done. What do they draft? What do they do?
I guess defense, huh?
Who? I mean, in the last 10 years, I can't.
Well, they're not getting them weapons.
Clay Matthews and A.J. Hawk were of the past regiment. They were not of this new Packer group of the last 10 years. And I can't think of people that they've built up and been
their first round pick.
Really,
they got Love.
Yeah.
I remember that one. That's the only one I remember.
I don't know. I would do what the Rams are doing. And it's interesting with Deebo, though, because it seems like he saw Tyreek and Devontae Adams get paid. But the teams that pay, what I'm hearing is that he's looked at by the Jets, the Lions, us.
All right. So he just wants money.
Okay, great. But these guys got paid. Tyreek Hill and Devontae Adams got paid, and both of their teams could be good next year.
Yeah. Well, there's also the rumor that he wants out because he doesn't want to be a running back. He doesn't want that abuse.
How can he not just have that conversation with Kyle Shanahan? I can't imagine that your best player, he's more valuable than your quarterback at this point because of the way that they ran through him last year. Now, if he comes to you and he's like, "Look, coach, it banged up my body. I just don't want to run the ball as much." Right. Kyle Shanahan's just got to say, "Yes, sir. You're my best player, of course."
He doesn't want to run the ball But I get it, don't you?
Yeah.
If
So
a wide receiver is making $30 million, the best wide receivers are making $30 million, and they can have a 15-year career because they're not going to have that abuse on their
these
body.
Running backs can't make it $5
running back ain't $5 million, and it's getting less and less because they only last for 2 fucking years or 3 years. And the best ones and the most durable ones might last 6 or 10, but they'll
who lasts 10? What running backs last 10 years? You know,
Frank Gore. I mean, like again,
you're talking about like outliers, like
right. If that's what I'm saying. Maybe
6 is like if you make it 6 years as an NFL running back, you're like a fucking you are a veteran,
and that's one of the reasons why, this is going to be hard to draft Zeke and Kamara and Derrick Henry and all these guys that got all these fucking miles. You've been talking about that shit for a while.
Debo is doing the right thing. He's doing the right thing.
Why would you want to be that position when you are an elite wide receiver and you could just be that and make?
I would refuse the shitty teams. Don't send me somewhere to where we're gonna suck.
I don't think he cares.
Oh man, come on! Like if it just doesn't make sense in the NFL. In the NBA and baseball, if you're a baseball player,
I think it makes more sense in the NFL because they have such a small window to make this money, and they don't get paid as much, and it's not all guaranteed. Well, it's starting to be all guaranteed.
So let's say he goes to the Jets and he gets a 4-year, $30 million a year, so he's making $120 million. Okay,
and they guarantee 80 of it.
All right, awesome. If he goes to fill in the blank good team. If he goes to the Indianapolis Colts, where they have a chance of with Deebo being a fucking really good team. If he goes to somewhere, even I don't know. I could fill in the blank with good teams. Fill in the blank. Good team. Fill in Deebo Samuel. You're automatically at least deeper in the playoffs, maybe even in a Super Bowl because he's that good. You're now going to get a second contract. So I don't know what you're going to get from the good team. It's not going to be $120 million. Let's call it $80 million over 4 years. Still really good, but not the same. You're going to get a second $80 million. You're going to get more than that. I can just see it. How if you're a really good receiver that
but plays, what if you're a really good receiver on the Jets and you just suck?
Then he probably won't get another one.
Well, somebody will if he's really good.
Not at that same level. You could get 2 good contracts, or you could get one good contract.
I mean, if he plays at a high level, especially on the Jets, then you could make an argument if he goes to a better team, he'd be even better.
But he won't play on a high level.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You're assuming then that he won't play at a high level on
those
Jets.
2 teams. He won't, or the Lions, or the Texans, because of who's throwing him the ball. And okay, not even that. Just like we talked about,
I would argue more. I would say they would probably have more of a concern about his legacy and his standing in the NFL and the history books and what he could accomplish would be more important to him than I don't know.
Also, you want to talk about injuries? You go to one of these shitty teams.
To me, if it was me, and you said 80 million or 120 million, and then you'll probably, I'd take the 120. You kidding me? $40 million?
Shut up!
$40 million. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
How old's this kid? 20-something?
Do you want a fishing pole or do you want to fish? Because, what's his name?
$40 million, Josh.
Teddy Bruschi said it perfectly.
You wouldn't ever have to have another fucking contract again. You wouldn't ever have to play again. You could play out that 4-year contract and then fucking sayonara and peace out.
Danny Amendola, okay, or some wide receiver that I can't even bring up from a team on the Lions that has never won a Super Bowl ever. Danny Amendola can probably get a job as an analyst where he talks on ESPN for a living after football is over. Teddy Bruschi said it brilliantly on ESPN one day. He said, I would not be sitting here if I played on a bad organization and I never won a Super Bowl. The only reason that I'm sitting here talking to you is because I'm an NFL champion.
And who did Dan Orlovsky play for?
Okay, and there's plenty of those guys that Dan Orlovsky can be replaced in a second.
But yeah.
If Drew Brees is like, I want Dan Orlovsky.
They are replaced in a second.
Dan Orlovsky... Also, that's like a full-time gig where he's not Tony Romo where he's just showing up on Sundays. He's there every day of the week. That's a job.
But Tony Romo's talented. So
I'm just saying, If you damage your legacy in a way to where now you're just a player on a shitty team, you might be forgotten about later on. But if you
are a special talent and you are a talented player, people want you regardless. Period.
I don't know. Also, okay, here's my other thing about being on a shitty team. You go to this shitty team. Let's say he does go to the Jets. If you're a defense getting ready to face the Jets, I have to assume the first thing that you're going to do is we're going to double him, if not hurt him. Because they're also, if you're the Jets, offensively, we have to go to him. We have no choice. We're paying him all this money. We're going to go to him, and we're going to go to him all the time. I just see.
Wouldn't that make? Then you can say, okay, now he's going to get fucking 15 looks a game. He's going to put up all these 15 fucking numbers. They're going to lose, but he's on the Jets. I mean, he's fucking Deebo.
But he's going to get hit more. So now you're talking about getting hit more.
But Josh, he's one of the most talented motherfuckers in the fucking NFL.
So why not?
So you're telling me that he's not better than the other guys?
Why not want to join a winning team? That's all I'm saying.
$40 million in this scenario.
That's a lot of money, but
$40 fucking million.
I'm telling you,
I don't have to get another contract.
There's better money down the road if you're a champion.
That's in theory. Why not take what is available to you now? Bet on yourself, right? Think about the mentality of these motherfuckers, right? Do you think that he thinks he will go anywhere and suck? Do you think
he doesn't?
If he does think that, if he thinks that, he's already in fucking trouble. I guarantee you he doesn't think that.
He doesn't think that.
No, he doesn't. He knows in his mind he can go anywhere. And in his mind, he can go make Zach Wilson the fucking next Aaron Rodgers. That's what he thinks. Okay. And then he can go fucking to any team and demand any price. If he goes to the Jets and they win, what happens?
Okay. Well,
tell me that. So you're to the
if he goes to the Jets and they win, he gets huge money.
Then he gets huge money from anybody.
But he's not going to change that.
There's another side to this coin. You're saying this. I'm saying this. One's not right. One's not wrong. There are two different scenarios.
I know.
And in his mind, if he doesn't think what I said, he's already fucked.
I mean, I'm always going to say, what would Tom Brady do? And, Tom Brady forever has taken less money so that he can build.
But Tom Brady won first.
I mean, he won, but he's the outlier in this because he won all the time.
Yeah, we're talking about Tom Brady.
Yeah, it's not fair, and he's also playing a different position that generally demands more money.
He's also Tom motherfucking Brady,
and he's smart enough to realize that at this point, it's not about how much money I make. I'm trying to win. Whereas I guess that's what I'm saying.
There's special athletes that end up, they're just the right fucking dude in the right situation at the right time with just the right amount of fucking insight and smarts that we were like, holy fuck, Jordan, LeBron, Tom Brady, right? They've created something where that's what drives me nuts about LeBron is that he doesn't need the money.
Yeah.
And he could go win.
Yeah.
And that's like Jordan was different, but Jordan saw, his intelligence and his thing was that branding, right? Tell me that Jordan's legacy is the branding more than it is what he did on the court, right? Because that to me is bigger.
But see, the problem is that I don't even put that on him. I put that on Nike.
But he was in the right situation.
Yes, he was in the right place.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's not as sometimes it's just fucking divine intervention, Yeah. Like Tom Brady was at the right place, the right coach, the right time, the right things fucking happened, and he won. And then he had the insight. Because there was a few years where he was partying and he was, hey, look at me. And then he had the insight. I got to take care of myself. I want to leave a legacy.
I guess unlike Deebo, Tom Brady's made money, and it's not the same thing at all.
It's just different.
Yeah.
He won.
Well,
he won early. He was a champion early.
I hear you. And the truth is that if you are in the NFL, all NFL players disagree with me, and they all say, if you can get your money, get
because
your
it's the
money.
NFL. And I mean, it stands for not for long.
Yep.
So you're not playing for the next contract. You don't. That's what I'm saying.
Not everybody's playing to their 44. Well, 45.
$80 million or $120 million. I'm a fucking NFL player. My career I could be done tomorrow.
True. True.
Why leave $40 million?
Which is why it's why Deshaun Watson signed that motherfucker as fast as he could.
Especially if you invest it and use it wisely and don't do stupid shit with it.
Yeah, you're right.
You don't have to have another contract.
Now that you said the investing part, it's like, because
it's
$40 million,
changing money.
He could change his life with that $40 million.
Life-changing money.
Okay, all right, I'm on board. I'm on board.
That was a long topic.
I'm on board.
That was a good argument, though.
Debo, he got me. Hey, Deebo got me. Man in the Arena. I guess that's the other football.
Oh, there's the
last ones came out today.
Okay,
I haven't watched it, but
I was like, I haven't watched it.
No, it's early. It's 10 in the morning, and but no, I have not watched yet. Can't wait to slowly jerk off to it. I believe Gronk makes another appearance, and his father is the two people they interview. So
Gronk and
Tom Brady's
dad.
father. Gronk's father would be interesting, but no, I think it's.
I've never even seen Gronk's father. Have you?
He's probably amazing. He's probably the shit.
Well, they're like a bunch of boys, but Gronk is like by far the largest of all of them. Am I correct? Like he just is like this freak.
They're all there's another.
They're all big. Like,
there's another one that's tall like him, but no, he's obviously
like he's just the largest of the.
And
of
always
the
was. They said that like at a very young age, it was like, oh fuck, Rob's a problem. Like we can't even wrestle with this kid. He's outrageous. He's too big and too much, and he's hilarious. But we need to talk about some basketball because we are.
That is the main thing going on.
We are deep in the basketball playoffs,
and it's
right
pretty
now.
Interesting.
It's pretty good.
Now. Yeah.
Listen, the heels.
I kind of want to change my pick on one.
The heel's not here anymore. You got to find somebody else to hate. Everybody every year, it's just whoever's playing against LeBron. Oh, as long as I just don't want LeBron to win. That's what the haters will always say. So now you gotta find somebody else to hate on, and it's kind of hard. It's funny now when you talk to LeBron haters because I'm like, all right, so who you rooting for? And they're like, oh, whoever. It doesn't really matter. Like, so don't be mad at me because I have a man, because I'm monogamous and I'm faithful to my man. But yeah, so let's see. Last night, Boston swept Brooklyn, the only sweep of the first round.
I don't think I called the sweep, but I picked Boston to win the East.
Oh yeah, Boston was definitely going to win this. I knew it because they just had a better team.
Yeah,
and man,
dude, they shut fucking Durant down.
Durant, listen to me, Kevin Durant. The only time you've ever been successful is when you played on the Monstars and you had two other fucking.
When you
had the best two shooters of all time. Yeah. You had the number one and the number two fucking shooters of all time. And hadn't
they just won a championship when he joined?
They just lost.
Oh, they lost.
They had just lost.
Oh, that's right.
Cleveland came back 3-1.
That's right.
They flew to Hampton. They said, Kevin.
We need Kevin.
Please, Kevin. They beat us, Kevin. No, and you know what? Here's the other thing that I'll say about this fucking Kevin Durant pussy. There's only been 3 times. Actually, no, it's more now because LeBron and Russell Westbrook. But I mean, if you want to say Russell Westbrook's in his prime, I'll say fuck you. Where 2 MVPs have been on the same team, especially in their prime. Shaq and Kobe is the closest that you'll get to 2 MVPs pretty much in their prime at the same time on the same team. Moses Malone and Hakeem Olajuwon. Moses was older than Hakeem. It was definitely... Now, Moses was still great, and I would argue that that's a lot of where Hakeem learned a lot of his...
But they didn't win a championship.
They didn't win a championship together, but it's just a time where 2 of them are on the I'm just saying... In the history of the NBA,
Kobe and Shaq, they were pretty much both in their
and then
prime.
Kareem and Magic were on the same team.
Yeah, but Kareem was
way
prime.
older,
yeah.
and Magic was a baby. So when Kevin Durant and Steph Curry joined forces, they were within 2 years of winning the NBA. They were in their primes.
Yeah, those were both
on the same team.
Too, yeah.
You will never see that. It's never happened.
Yeah.
It's never happened. There's a reason that it's never happened. It's just unheard of that somebody would have a talent like Kevin Durant and he would walk. It's never happened before. We've never just seen.
Well, you know what this shows us, right? At least to me. Is that, see, Durant and Kyrie got together because they were never like the main guys.
Yep.
And they decided that they wanted to be the main guys. But they're not.
They're not.
Neither one of them are. And they're
mentally
both,
weak.
They're both Robin.
Yeah.
You know, neither one of them are Batman.
Yeah. And like
they're sidekicks.
Last night,
really good fucking sidekicks.
Well, last night, Kevin Durant, at the end of the game, he saw a sweep was coming and they were losing, and he started just fucking shooting, and he went off. He had 39 points. He had a great game. So fucking what? Yeah, the rest of your team isn't good. Neither of them are leaders. Neither one of those guys are leaders.
Yeah, and I'm back with you on Harden too. Shit.
Yeah, what would he have done?
Nothing. He'd have had 6 points, 7 turnovers.
This is the
3
James Harden.
assists.
This is the
he'd have played shitty fucking defense.
The second highest leading scorer behind Embiid on that Philly team is Maxey.
Yeah,
it's not even fucking Harden,
dude.
They traded their whole roster away for.
I'm sorry I jumped ahead, but once we were talking about Durant and Harden, and it's the same fucking thing.
It's the same thing. I told you. I told you at the beginning when they put all 3 of these guys together. I said there are too many fucking idiots on this team.
Yeah.
Too many non-leading ass pussies is what they are. Bunch of fucking pussies.
And that's what Boston is, the exact opposite.
Hey,
of that.
and let me tell you,
I'm rooting for Boston.
I've been on it, and as we'll talk about here in a minute, my prediction. But Jason Tatum has announced I am not. Game, yeah. I'm not just a good player in this league. I am a superstar in this league. Giannis is better watch out because I'm coming for MVPs and I'm coming for.
You know what? Don't underestimate Marcus Smart. What the fuck? Dude?
The rest of their team is really good,
and they got Williams the third back now.
Yeah, he's a really good forward for them. I mean, just Derek White that they traded from San Antonio.
He doesn't even play all that much.
No, he doesn't. But he's a good off the bench. He comes in and gives you 10, 13 points.
Fucking Brown, Jaylen
Brown's been killing it. Yeah. He's been playing great. Last night he played awesome.
Dude, they all got 20-something points last night.
Marcus Smart had 20 points too. I mean, yes.
And they play some fucking tough defense.
I'll jump ahead. As of right now, as of right now, they're the best.
So that's
team.
what I agree with you now. That's why I was like, I want to change my Phoenix pick.
I think I got to change it. Well, especially with the injuries that have happened.
Right.
So let's talk about Milwaukee and Chicago. We'll just quickly
but that
on that.
Series is going to be over.
Well, Boston, Brooklyn is over 4-0. Milwaukee is about to beat Chicago as well. However, with the caveat that Chris Middleton going out is bad. It's bad.
It is, but he'll be back in 4 weeks?
Yeah, but that might not even be the next round.
But they'll get through this round.
For sure, they'll get through this round, but they won't if they don't have him for the next round and they're playing Boston.
They're going to lose the next round anyways, though. Even with Middleton?
With Middleton versus Boston, to me, is like 2 of the best teams left. But I can't see them without.
I definitely believe that it's between. I think Boston and Milwaukee are the best 2 teams. I'm discounting. I don't believe in Miami that much.
I know, and it's because
and Lowry got hurt, and
Jimmy Butler's great, but it's the rest of the guys that are making you doubt. I doubt him too.
But Butler's not the guy either. He
is sometimes. Sometimes he'll show up and have a 40-point game.
Right, but he's not.
He's not mentally.
He's not the guy.
He's not mentally there either.
He's not your leader. He shouldn't be your leader. No. He should be your number 2.
I mean, after that fight with Eric Spoelstra, I can't believe that we're even still here where they're the number 1
They
seed.
have a good squad. They just, I don't know. I don't buy it.
They'll easily beat Philly in the next round. Because
I think they'll beat Philly,
especially now that fucking Embiid has a torn ligament in his thumb. Y'all are done. I mean, there's no chance,
dude. Did you see Harden's response yesterday to what's with your points or why are you struggling? He said, I only shot 11 times. That's all he said.
Not that I'm an out of shape hack that's never been very good.
When he wants to be fucking good and he wants to be in shape, he does.
In the regular season, because he loves to do that during the regular season. But
when he was chasing MVPs, and now that he's now I stood up for you, Harden, and I'm ashamed that I did.
No, fuck you, Harden. You've always been a piece of shit. I was so happy. I love Jalen Green after 1 year more than I ever loved you. Mm-hmm. Take that to your grave, you fuck.
I said it when he left, though. I like the Rockets more without him.
Oh, yeah.
He was never going to win a championship. No,
he's a loser. He's always been a loser. He gets into situations where he has a good team with good people around him, and he just folds. He just goes,
he'll never, dude. He's going to be on shitty teams for the rest of his career.
And I'll tell you what, Philly has completely fucked themselves.
Oh, yeah.
They traded away picks. They traded away every bit of bench that they had. I don't like Ben Simmons either. He's another mentally
but I don't
weak
think,
motherfucker.
I don't think Brooklyn won on that trade either. either. They didn't they didn't make out with Ben
Curry's
Simmons.
Good.
Yeah, but Ben Simmons isn't shit. I don't buy Ben Simmons. He's another fucking
look at
diva.
that pussy.
He wants to show up and look at
chains.
me. Look at this. Check out my videos of me working out.
Fucking vagina.
My back hurts.
You're a loser.
Get the
You're
fuck
a loser.
outta
You'll
here.
never win. You'll
Can't
never win.
shoot. How did you make it to the NBA when you can't fucking
Jason
shoot?
Tatum beats you 100 times out of 100 with whatever team he's got.
Oh my God, it's not even close.
Giannis beats you 100 times out of 100 with whatever team he's got.
Brooklyn and Philly. I like Embiid.
I do like Embiid, but this sucks because now what's happened is he got an even worse running mate.
But he endorsed it. This is what he wanted.
Well, he just needed a move because Ben Simmons wasn't playing.
I agreed with him at the time.
Something.
At the time, I agree.
And I mean,
because Harden's better than Ben Simmons.
I mean, on paper, and when you
Ben
watch
Simmons isn't playing.
Yeah, exactly. Ben Simmons is just.
I thought Harden was gonna I thought he was gonna be motivated because I thought that he actually thought he could win a championship, but he didn't. He doesn't.
Well, and Toronto is all beat up. They are without their rookie of the year, Scotty
and
Barnes.
Still giving him a run.
They beat him last night because
by fucking 30 points.
Hurt. And listen, it might really be the death of him.
He can't shoot now. That's because he was getting some dunks. He's good inside, but he's not going to be able.
It could be the death of him.
Yeah,
because you don't have Embiid.
As soon as I saw that he had that torn ligament, I was like, they're done.
Oh yeah, they're done. They're done. And even if they do make it past this, Miami will easily whoop their ass.
Fucking
and I don't even like Miami that much.
Embiid needs to go. I don't know. But here's what I was thinking when I was watching. Oh wait, are we done with that one?
Well, yeah. So I'm talking about. I think we kind of covered the East. So Milwaukee's going to finish off Chicago.
Yeah, Miami's going to finish off Atlanta. Lowry's not playing, but Atlanta sucks.
I think eventually Philly does get one more win, but no Embiid, it really could be a problem.
I think Toronto could turn around. But it would be hilarious if Toronto won. That would be the first time anyone's ever come back from a 3-0 deficit to win a playoff series.
Toronto has lost a lot of people, though. They lost Scotty Barnes. They're really beat up.
But literally, no team in NBA history has come back from a 3-0 deficit.
Leave it to James Harden. Leave it to James Harden.
That would be what a great legacy that would be for you.
Yeah, James. What were you going to say, though?
Okay, so I was watching the Phoenix and New Orleans play last night, and I was like, what if LeBron was on New Orleans? Like, that would be pretty good.
That would be amazing. I mean, you put LeBron on New Orleans.
Just the way they play, New Orleans plays.
See, but that's what makes me so mad about this. Brandon Ingram was on your team. Yeah, he was there.
And Lonzo Ball.
But how did you not see the talent in Brandon Ingram? It was there. It was right in front of you, bro. Like that is what makes me mad about LeBron. Up. He should have taken Brandon Ingram under his wing and said, "I got you. Let's grow together. I'll show you how to play in this league."
This is a little bit. LeBron does have flaws, and this is part
being
of
a GM is one of them.
Right? There's some things that he doesn't quite do so well.
Nope. Oh yeah, and guiding new players has never been it. He's always wanted veterans. He's always wanted guys that have been there before. He's always wanted guys that can just handle themselves, and he doesn't have to tell them what to do.
So he wouldn't be a good coach.
He's not a good coach. Yeah. And the problem with that is that LeBron is so talented and such a good.
It's hard to explain that to.
It's sometimes. Like, dude, but how could you not understand that if you had Brandon Ingram and you let him grow right below you, and he's a bad Batman. He's a bad Batman. He doesn't want a Robin. And he needs a Robin. The only time that he's ever accepted a Robin was when it was a guy that had already won and was Dwayne Wade.
Now he's gonna
and was his friend.
If he's gonna be successful, I think we talked about this before. He's gonna have to realize that he's not Batman anymore. Exactly. And he needs a Batman, and he needs to be a Robin.
That's not necessarily true. No matter where he goes, points will go through him, and it will run through him. He'll still be the leader of the team.
He is not the best player on the team. That's where he's going to succeed.
Maybe not scorer. I would love if what you're saying is true.
Let's say
he goes to another team and he just goes, I'm going to be y'all's point guard and I'm going to facilitate this through your best player.
Well, I mean, he'll still be your leader.
Yes.
He just won't be your best, most talented player on the floor anymore. You know what I'm saying?
It's still hard for me to say. That's
subjective.
That's subjective. I would say if he went to New Orleans, he's still the best player on that team. However, it would make the most sense for me if you're LeBron and you're at your age and you're still as good as you are. I was a passer. Let's make Brandon Ingram the highest scorer on this team, look like the best player on this team. Let's gas him up. That's what I don't get. LeBron's plan is to always have a good player next to him, but not better than him.
Right.
He wants
to be the man.
He wants Anthony Davis, but he doesn't want Anthony Davis to be better than him. He just wants you to be good enough. He wants you to be Chris Bosh. He wants you to be Kevin Love. Oh, you're good, and you're good enough, but you're still my beta. Right. I'm the alpha here.
Dwayne's the best one that he's probably ever played with.
And
right?
and Dwayne Wade could have.
And it was his team first.
And if Dwayne Wade wanted to, because he had clout, and he could have said, no, right. This is my team. And it would have been a battle.
He gave it to him.
But instead, Dwayne Wade was like, this is your... Dwayne Wade is doing what we're saying. He's recognizing...
He realized that LeBron... But he also realized that LeBron was better than him.
Yeah.
And he is. He
is.
So now LeBron's going to...
What Dwayne Wade is. But,
absolutely. I mean, like, you're talking about...
Right.
Like you're...
If LeBron went to Boston right now, just join Boston, he would have to accept that Jason Tatum is a better player than me.
I was sitting here trying to think of like,
because New Orleans is hard because I don't know if Brandon Ingram's there yet. But there's other, like Devin Booker. If he went to Phoenix, he would have to accept Devin Booker is
the better player.
Steph Curry. I love you, LeBron, but if you
Jordan
went to
fucking Poole.
Wow.
Jesus, bro.
Now, I was going to say, because John Morant won Improved Player of the Year last night.
That would even be another one.
Yeah.
So if he went to Memphis, it's not his team.
How is Jordan Poole not Most Improved Player of the Year?
Dude.
Explain that to me. Dude. Explain that to me.
I know.
This Jordan Poole guy last year was...
We didn't even know who the fuck he was.
6 points a game. Yeah. He was playing like 12 minutes a game. He is dominating
I was wondering.
now.
I didn't even think about Jordan, but I was just like, I thought Ja was pretty good last year.
Yeah, he averaged like 19 points a game, and he upped it to 27.
Okay, I mean, I knew that he did take another step.
I don't not understand.
He was real flashy. He was way more flashy than Jordan Poole.
Yes. But
that's why.
If we're talking about, if we're talking about gaps, like what John went from here to here, where Jordan Poole went was
he went
exponentially
from nowhere to like, holy shit.
I guess I don't understand what Most Improved Player of the Year means if that wasn't Jordan Poole.
Well, it's a popularity.
That's what Draymond Green said too. Draymond Green was like, "Well, y'all might need to name this something else then, because I don't know if y'all saw my guy." Jordan Poole was, yeah. And then
that's hilarious.
Speaking of, over on the West side, the West is more interesting. We got a little more parity over here. Golden State is about to finish that off with Denver.
And honestly, with Booker out, I didn't realize Phoenix was going to struggle that much.
Oh, I did.
With him being out.
Oh, I did. They need him. They don't have other. He's 30 to 40 points a game a night.
Yeah,
almost guaranteed.
Yeah,
he's buckets. He's
and I kind of saw him when he did it. Like his first shot in the second half, it was short, and you were like, that looked weird.
Yeah, and then he chased that guy down.
And then he went off the fucking court. And
well, it was on defense. He was trying to run.
He turned around.
He was trying to run down a guy to get a block, and when he jumped, you can see when he jumped because he came up short, and he just he did that where you're like,
But I swear that first shot he took looked weird.
But here's the thing, like Chris Paul, also, I love talking about the longevity of but he's 37 too. I mean, you can't really count on this guy to give you 30 plus a game a night. He's got to go off
and
every night.
Yeah, he's good. He's not. He can't.
This has changed DeAndre Ayton now because Devin Booker spreads the floor out a little bit more for Ayton.
Ayton's been the one that actually has been taking the step up.
Well, he's going to have to because that's the problem. Is that some of these other Jay Crowder and
what if
some of these other guys they can't get shots on their own with no Devin Booker. This is a problem.
Yeah, what if they lose?
And New Orleans is good with CJ McCollum now.
Well,
and Brandon Ingram.
Well, even if they do get by New Orleans, fuck.
Yeah. Oh no. In the next round, I gotta assume they're gonna lose.
Probably.
If Devin Booker is not, this is all with the caveat that Devin Booker's not here. Without Devin Booker, I do not give Phoenix a chance. They have to have Devin Booker. He is their best player. He also in the last month has, just like Jason Tatum, announced himself as I'm top 3. Like I'm in the conversation of best.
He's got to stay healthy though because he got hurt last year in the playoffs.
He is hurt all the time, and even
in the prime times
and younger when he was younger too. This was a problem. So you're right. You're absolutely right. This is a nagging thing that is not going away.
Again, that goes back. That's one of the things that's great about LeBron is he's been there.
Longevity. Yep,
he's been there.
He plays all the games.
When did he get hurt? Yeah, I mean, like there's been a few times, but. When it counts, he's there.
Yeah.
He got to be there.
This guy at work yesterday, just to make me mad, said, I don't really think he's done anything in the playoffs. And I was like,
LeBron?
Yeah. And I was like, bro.
Oh, he was just gaslighting.
He was trying. And it worked. I went off. So Dallas last night, they got a 3-2 lead over Utah.
And they've won 2 in a row now.
Yeah. And I'm not, because Luka's back and playing well.
And he actually, he played well. And Mitchell got hurt. Yeah. Another dude that gets
Donovan
hurt.
Donovan Mitchell off of this Utah team. If he is not playing in this next game, it is a wrap. They will not win without Donovan Mitchell.
Everybody thinks he's gone. I think
it was a knee thing or something, but
hamstring. I think is what he grabbed.
Okay. I knew he was grabbing down here.
Everybody's been saying that he wants out of Utah.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Why would you not? Yeah. He's too good. He's too good. Why are you wasting your time?
He also seems to get hurt at the wrong time.
Yeah, but it's all on him. It's kind of I feel bad for him. It's like the Tracy McGrady thing where it's like you're the team's whole option. So I want Donovan Mitchell to get out of there. He reminds me of Dwayne Wade a lot, just the way he plays. I like Donovan Mitchell a lot. But they're going to lose because I think Dallas actually has a pretty good little team there. Spencer Dinwiddie, this Jalen Brunson kid who I said
came out of nowhere.
That's what I said. And this guy at work was all, so you must not watch the NBA. Well, let me just say, I do watch the NBA. This fucking guy came out of nowhere. This guy, he's played all year, and he's averaged about 15 points a game, but he has not been scoring.
Was this guy a Dallas Mavericks fan?
No.
I don't watch the NBA that much, I didn't know who he was.
He's a LeBron hater, so anytime I speak on the NBA,
is this Brant's also? Like, is he like the only one?
Brant's is with me. Me and Brant's walk around together, holding hands, talking about LeBron and saying, "All y'all better recognize." And actually, when he started,
he just seems to be the one that always wants to get you going.
Yeah. If he didn't love LeBron this way, he definitely would. He would definitely say this. No, it's the Turkish one is usually the one that loves to get me on LeBron. He's like, brother, why do you like this man? He's loser.
But so we agree that Golden State's the team to beat in the West now.
I think so.
They just look too fucking good.
Yeah, they look too good. I think they do win the West.
And have you seen the fucking ridiculous numbers with that one lineup on the floor?
Because they're small and they all can shoot. They all can shoot. It's fucking terrifying. What are you gonna do? And Clay's coming back.
And did you know who?
Clay's playing better.
He's like back.
Clay's
and then
back,
did you know like who's made the most 3-pointers since the All-Star break? Jordan Poole.
Jordan Poole's been unconscious. Jordan Poole's been unbelievable.
One move that I can't remember who it was on, where he like cut towards the back. He's on the baseline, cuts towards the basket, and then just does this bicycle. Boop, 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 backs up to the 3-point line and drains it. I forget who he was guarding him, but I was like, it looked like he floated backwards.
Yeah.
Like just stopped, floated backwards, and knocked down this 3-pointer.
Really good.
It was insane, and his legs are like 2/3 of his body.
Shout out to Golden State for find little diamonds in the rough, and they go, we'll polish this up. Don't mind us. We'll polish this up.
So is Steve Kerr that good?
I think whoever's fucking drafting for him is that good. I don't think.
But he obviously developed him.
Steve did.
Somebody did, right? Because like.
I don't put a lot on the coaches, to be honest with you.
And they do say that it's also Jordan. Like he has that same like Kobe-like intensity apparently.
Yeah, he's put the work in. Mm-hmm. He's made the change in himself. I don't know what Steve, and also he's benefiting from playing on a team.
Well, he's in the right situation. He's got the right
time.
Mentality with the right talent and the right situation at the right time.
If he wasn't on one of these other playoff teams, he wouldn't be doing well. Right. But if there's situations that he could end up in that wouldn't, if he was on Miami, I don't know if this.
He was the right person to be that right. It just planted, it bloomed. Yeah. It's fun. It's fun to watch. It's cool. It's cool. Like
And Golden State, I hated them forever with the whole LeBron back and forth. But now, as an outsider that doesn't really have anybody invested in this, I can kind of say, damn, like that he really like. Also, Steph Curry has ruined the league in a lot of ways because he is such a good three-point shooter, but we're never going to see it again. And to watch him play is really kind of amazing. It's amazing.
I liked Golden State. I liked Curry. I remember watching him at Davidson in the tournament. It was fun. So I was watching him, and I kind of was out on him when they got Durant, and I was like, this is just dumb.
Yeah.
It's not fun. It's not fun to watch this. I know who's going to win. And so then But now it's fun. I like watching them again. They're very entertaining. I picked them earlier in the year. I was like, oh, they're going to win. And then they started falling off. And
well, they had some injuries. Draymond was out for a long time. And we didn't know what Clay was going to be. But yeah, I think they're definitely, I have them coming out of the West, which we'll talk about.
Yeah.
Now, the other two, the Memphis, Minnesota, the 2 versus 7.
That's the most fun one.
Man, who knew that this was going to be was the matchup?
You know who bothers the fuck out of me? I like Minnesota. I don't like Karl Anthony Towns very much.
Well, because he's a poser.
Yeah,
he occasionally will show up and play hard, and then he shows up and he...
Well, it seems like the more shit he talks, the worse he plays.
Yeah. And he talks shit the whole fucking time.
Let Patrick talk.
Yeah.
Let Beverly do the talking. Shut your fucking mouth.
He yells after every single shot. Make or miss.
Does he?
Oh, man. He's yelling at Ja Morant the whole way down. And also, Ja yells the entire time, too.
They are like the two most
Ja Morant is talking shit the entire time.
Do you know what sucks, though? Fucking NBA TV is the only one that shows those. Like, apparently, I haven't been able to watch one of them.
Oh, really? Oh, man. Well, they've been
Seems
on
like every time I've been off,
they've been on at work. They've been on at work, so we have it at work. So, yeah, Memphis, man, I picked them to come out of the West when we originally did these little predictions. I liked Memphis. I was going to ride with Memphis. I was kind of on Phoenix, too. I thought Phoenix was playing really well now without Devin. I just think that Memphis is maybe a little too young. And I'm out as far as for this year.
Yeah.
I see it going forward. Desmond Bane is really good.
Who if LeBron went to Memphis?
Woo!
But then he wouldn't be the guy, right?
No.
Ja has to be the man. He's already the man.
But how would you not know that going there? See, that's what I don't get.
That's what I'm saying.
If you're LeBron and you understand basketball the way that you do, you have to be smart enough to realize I take a veteran's minimum and I walk on to one of these fucking good young teams. There is obviously a superstar on that team already. Let me just gas him up. Let me be the D Wade to him. Let me be the guy that walks in and goes, let me help you get here.
I don't think he can do it.
I don't either.
I don't think he's got it in him.
And it's a chink in his armor, and it's something I don't like. And I don't like it. I don't like it.
But you know,
I love everything else about you, LeBron, but I don't like this. I don't like this. You should be able to be smarter and do this. But I know you're watching. Go do it. And also, the flip side of this series is Minnesota's a good team. Anthony Edwards is good.
Mm-hmm. He's really good.
He's really good.
He's really good.
And a lot of the other players that they have on that Minnesota team are good, and they add to what this Dylan Brooks kid is pretty good, and they add to what they have. Oh, Dylan Brooks is on Memphis.
He's the dude.
Yeah,
he's the dude.
Minnesota is a good team. Patrick Beverly adds a lot of grit to that team that they needed.
I've always loved Beverly.
I don't have them going. If they do end up beating Memphis, they will lose in the next round because they have to play Golden State. So they will automatically lose.
I think either one of them is going to lose.
I agree.
Obviously. I guess obviously because we big.
Yeah, so we can go a little bit farther into the predictions here. Yeah, so I have Dallas beating Phoenix, and I have Golden State beating Memphis. I do have Memphis going ahead and finishing off Minnesota at some point. I do think that Phoenix will get the job done versus New Orleans. Both of these are extreme. I don't know at this point. The series is tied 2-2. They both play tonight. But I do think that Dallas and Golden State are better just because of everything that's kind of gone on. Yeah. I have to say those are better.
If Booker comes back and can play at a high level. If they can get through New Orleans and Booker can come back like after game 2.
If Booker comes back, I'm
still
with you.
Win.
Booker comes back for that Dallas series. First of all, that's a great series. I don't know. I mean, I think Dallas will fight hard.
I like Luka a lot, too.
Yeah. But if they have Devin Booker, I think that might switch me to say that I think Phoenix can finish off Dallas.
I still don't think Phoenix would beat Golden State, though, at this point.
No, I don't. I think Golden State is my pick coming out of the West.
I think that their butthole pucker would be quite significant.
It's going to be there for sure.
And Golden State's been there.
Yeah.
And they're just so...
Yeah. And Jordan Poole don't seem like he has a butthole.
And they just keep coming at you. I can't believe they lost that one yesterday.
Yeah.
Was it yesterday or 2 days ago?
It was 2 days ago.
They came back. Fucking we're up by it, and then I can't believe like Denver
went all out.
Yeah,
I mean, that was like Jokic was like, we can't let this happen.
Man.
But I don't know what it is about Jokic that he just not
doesn't
enough for me. It's not enough.
Too.
And when they had Jamal Murray, that's a great one too. But now with what they have, it's just
Jamal Murray's coming back. And so is Porter Jr.
For how long, though?
Well, yeah.
For how
another
long?
Dude that's going to get
Michael
hurt.
Porter's stays hurt. But then in the East, so the West. Then Dallas versus Golden State. I have my Western Conference Finals. I'm going to take Golden State over that.
Yep, I'm with you.
Miami will finish off Atlanta tonight, I believe. They will then face Philly, who I think eventually can get this done versus a beat-up Toronto.
Yeah.
But they stand no shot versus Miami. I'm not even that high on Miami, but a Joel Embiid that's
they
hurt.
might even get swept.
Yes, I think so. With a hurt Joel Embiid, they will get swept.
And Harden.
And Boston, this is to me should be the Eastern Conference Finals.
I'm
Boston versus Milwaukee, but it's going to be a great series no matter what, with or without Chris Middleton. I think it goes 6 or 7, but I think Boston gets it done.
I'm gonna say Boston in 5, bro.
They're good.
They're playing. They're just playing so well right now, especially at the end of games. Like
the end of game 1.
Yeah.
Look at how smart of a play that was at the end of game 1.
Their butthole pucker. Like, they got loose buttholes.
Yeah, loose all of them.
They have loose buttholes.
For Marcus Smart to catch that ball and everyone think, okay, he's just going to shoot this 3. And then tick, 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 tick. But he sees Jason Tatum cutting to the basket. He makes a perfect little pass. And the last second little, that's what you want.
Well, the other
I don't
thing
need
is
a 3.
that,
I just need a 2. This is smart basketball.
Yeah, it was like one of the third lowest margin of victory for a sweep. Like, they only won an average of like 4.5 points a game, but they won every game.
Win is a win, yeah. And Marcus Smart won Defensive Player of the Year.
I just think they're going to be good in those close games.
Yeah.
And so...
Yeah, I have Boston beating Miami in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yep.
I think that one's a little easier. I think versus Milwaukee, it's going to be a little harder.
After you get through that series.
Tatum and Brown are going to be a little more winded from chasing the Greek freak around. They're going to have a little bit of a harder time on defense just from that. They're going to have to.
That's the only thing that I will say for Memphis. If they get through Minnesota, that they have going for them with Golden State is that they had a much tougher series and had to fight a lot harder. So we don't know. Like Denver... Did they really put up that much of a fight?
It's true.
So it's kind of like, so I watched that Gilbert Burns and
comes in.
Yeah, fight last night, okay? So it's kind of like that, like this dude's 10-0 and we just didn't know. We didn't know. Motherfucker never been hit.
In the fire. We hadn't seen him get hit.
So now he takes this big step up. And at first it was like, oh, he's pretty good. But then Burns comes back and starts like, now
second
this motherfucker's getting hit.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
He beat him in the second round.
So it's kind of like, like Golden State's like that 10-0 guy. So, and Memphis went through the fucking war. So
but
I could see that kind of happening the same way with, some of these other ones.
But I guess like you said, though, Golden State's been here. So I know they can take a punch.
Yeah.
I know they can take a punch.
Right.
They can take a punch.
Yeah.
And just... Memphis being kind of shaky in some of these games. Memphis in some of these Minnesota games, it's just been like...
I'm just hoping that maybe it toughens them up.
Yeah.
Like, okay, it's not going to be easy.
And it will.
We're going to have to fight for this if we really want to win.
Yeah.
That's sorry, I went
Anyways, I think we're both on the same page here with Golden State versus
I'm
Boston.
with you all the way up until you're
going to take Golden State over Boston?
That's tough.
It is tough. I said on that one for the longest.
Honestly, that's what I want to see now.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I want.
It's got to be the best matchup, right? And it's got to
that offense
think it's
versus
probably
that defense.
7-game series.
That'd be good.
I could see them go back and forth. I could see them, steal some at home. Each team steal one at home.
Imagine fucking Marcus Smart trying to guard Jordan Poole.
Or Steph. Or Steph, He's going to have to chase them all around. Yeah. He's going to have to play on all of them.
That'll be great.
So, yeah, it's going to be... I think that's a great matchup.
I agree with you up until I have to take Golden State at this point.
I hear you. I went back and forth.
I think that firepower
I'm kind of hitching my wagon on Tatum right now. Yeah. I just kind of feel like right now he's playing at such a high level that
and it's hard I can see it go both ways. But
also, I guess... At this point of the year, injuries are such a big thing. And on that Boston team, they seem less beat up than the rest of the league.
Well,
Seems like everybody else.
They're the ones that beat you up.
Yeah. And the rest of the league just has a bunch of nagging injuries.
That will sway the Milwaukee series because Middleton will probably miss at least the first few games.
Yeah. But listen, Steph is still... coming off the bench in some of these games.
I think it's better.
But they're, truthfully, they can call him off the bench if they want, but I think he played like 36 minutes in the last game. Like,
you say he's coming.
You can bring him off the bench if you want, but
it's so demoralizing.
The point is, like, he's doing that because of his ankle.
Right.
So
he was limiting his minutes.
I'm saying, freshest team to me right now.
How demoralizing is it? I think that's what it does. So, like,
oh yeah,
like, okay, we're playing Golden State. They're kicking our ass.
Steph's
and
over
they
there.
just brought Steph in. What the fuck, man?
The fuck is going on
like,
here?
What the fuck? I forgot.
Yeah,
like these guys
wild.
are good. Oh shit, they're just fuck. I forgot.
Yeah, it's wild. And I mean, Jordan Poole is what the reason for that. So.
I think, and I agree, and I think that really what is that's the factor. You know, like I think everything else off balances, and him taking that step up this year.
Huge step
has made that difference.
I don't understand what improved player of the year means. I don't get the meaning of it. Let's see. What else did I write? Oh, Tyson Fury fought on Saturday.
He won.
Did you see it? Did you see the uppercut that he landed? Man,
did he knock him out?
Oh yeah. Oh, not. He got. It was a TKO. He got up, but he was so wobbly, and Tyson Fury was making fun of him over there in the corner. But it was great because we all thought this was going to be his last fight, and Francis Ngannou got in the ring afterwards to do like a little promo for like, come on, you should fight me. And Tyson Fury asked how big his manhood was and stared down at his dick. Just because he's funny as fuck and just like it was just like a funny thing to do. But Francis Ngannou is like this French, you know, he doesn't get it. So like he was so confused. His face was like, what is happening? But listen, Tyson Fury to me, it's tough for me to say because I love Deontay Wilder so much, but after seeing the two fights with him, this is the best boxer in the history of the world, in the history of all boxing. Who beats this man?
Isn't he just bigger than everybody else?
He's 6'9". Yeah. He's 6'9", and he's big, he's fast, his defense, he understands the sweet science, he understands the jab.
And the way that
the weird way that he's moving.
Looks like that old school.
He's rolling his shoulders and shit. Like, I don't know any heavyweight that could handle it. Not Muhammad Ali, not Mike Tyson. What are you going to do versus this man? We saw, the other thing is too, listen, Deontay Wilder for a long time, he was fighting really good heavyweights. He was beating Luis Ortiz. He was beating everybody that was in his way. He was knocking them clean the fuck out. He knocked Tyson Fury down on his ass in that 12th round. Tyson Fury got up like a man possessed. And honestly, I hate to say it because I love Deontay Wilder, but he won the rest of the round. He all of a sudden realized, I need to be more aggressive. And then he saw, he can't fight off his back foot. And then in the next two rematches that these guys had, Tyson Fury absolutely fucking destroyed him. He's just... he's too big. He's too big. He's too big. Well, there's nobody his size.
Yeah.
There's nobody else his size.
Right.
Deontay Wilder is 6'5", 6'7", or something like that. So it was like the one chance that we had to be like, okay, yeah. And Anthony Joshua.
Well, that's what everybody wants, I guess.
Okay, because he's like 6'4", 6'5", and then you got another big guy versus big guy, but you don't have anything that touches this. You don't have the technicality that this fucking guy fights with.
Well, I think he also outweighs these guys by like 50 pounds, doesn't he?
Tyson Fury for a long time, he outweighs all of them.
Yeah.
He outweighs
by
all of them by a lot.
Yeah.
And this last one, he came in lighter than he ever has because he was like, I wanted to be a little leaner.
Well, that's
and faster.
what one of the dudes was saying. Like, if he lightens, if he comes in like trimmer, he's even better.
Imagine if he was ripped
better. Yeah.
Imagine if he was like, I'm gonna look like Anthony Joshua, and I have all these skills. Holy fucking shit! Right. He would kill people.
And
he would murder people in the ring.
He's a gypsy. Is he really a gypsy?
Yeah. He calls that community his community with like people that like that. Yeah. And let me tell you, we wait on some gypsies, and I ain't never seen anything like him. I ain't never seen anything like him. He's a whole different breed. He's
like that.
They put two in
call
one.
him the Gypsy King.
Yeah, he is.
He's like Brad Pitt and fucking
he is.
Snatch only.
And good
only
point.
Big motherfucker.
Early in Tyson Fury's career, because he is so technical, he was just out pointing people. He was just fucking you up, and he was staying away and jab, and he would just like on paper it was like, oh my god, there were so many different more strikes than the other one. But shut your fucking mouths. But now he's knocking people out.
Yeah.
Now he's got power. Now he learned from Deontay Wilder to fucking lay into these shots a little bit. He knocked Dylan White out with a fucking uppercut that would have knocked out a fucking baby elephant. Like it's, I'm on board. I'll call you the best until I see somebody else that I think could take you. But I just don't think we've ever seen anybody as big and fast and technical. Yep. I mean, no disrespect to Mike Tyson, but Mike Tyson's what, like 5'10"?
Yeah. He might not even be able to look. He might not even be able to reach him.
He would hold one hand like this and he would
jab
just
him.
And he'd be like, let me hit you in the belly. And he'd be like, I know. Yeah. Yeah, it would be like the Mike Tyson punch out. That's exactly how you'd have to fight. So yeah, what else happened? Oh, all right. I'm gonna go in
talk about
this.
the XFL.
No, I'm gonna talk about the fucking Batman.
Oh yeah.
Have you watched this fucking piece of shit movie? Okay.
No.
It's 3 hours fucking long. Okay. Okay. You can make.
You were gonna go watch it the other week, and you didn't do it because it was so long. And then you did go watch it.
It's on HBO Max.
Oh, it is. I can watch it.
So I watched it at home.
Okay.
On Sunday,
so
I just watched it.
So if I want to fall asleep, is that what you're saying?
Oh, and you will. You will fall asleep. No, not only is it fucking boring, okay, because it just goes on and on. I'll never stop talking about it. I made fun of it when it happened. My wife couldn't stop laughing, but there was like a 2-minute long, like this thing collapses and there's all these people trapped under this thing and Batman helps them out. And instead of just like, you know, you get the reveal of he pushes the stuff out of the way and like you see Batman and they're like, oh, okay, those people are safe. Boom, let's go to the next scene. There's 2 minutes, which in a movie is a very long time, of him helping all these people out of this. Like, yeah, come on. He's like guiding him through the water. I'm like, what the fuck? Is this a Batman movie? Or is this, oh, what a good helping McHelperson this fucking guy is. There is so much stupid shit. The end of the movie is, I can't tell you how much the music bothered me, but there's like slow violins through this whole fucking movie. Slow, like, I
gotta watch it.
He's this mopey little bitch of a Batman. He is Twilight as Batman. You know what he reminded me of?
Oh, this is the Twilight guy?
Yeah, it's Robert Pattinson as fucking pussy, as a pussy ass Batman. There's at the very end.
They call him Vengeance, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry,
so he's not really Batman.
I'm Vengeance, and then she says, "Come on, Vengeance, shut the fuck up. Once was enough. You can't say it more than he says it more than once. I'm Vengeance. Shut your fucking mouth. You of all the Batmans." We throw all the people that play Batman in one room and we're like, fight to the death. He's the first one dead. Am I wrong in this? Ben Affleck is fucking him up. Fucking Val Kilmer is fucking him up. Even Michael Keaton. I'll take Michael Keaton right now as a 50-something-year-old man versus you in your prime.
I might take Michael Keaton over all of them.
Yeah, he might. He might.
Christian
Bale is going to get real method on your ass and
Christian Bale,
you up.
I guess, for sure.
George Clooney's fucking him up for sure. George Clooney's probably the second one to die, but Twilight's the first one to die.
Christian Bale would win it just because he's a psycho.
Yeah, he's a psycho. He'd win because he can't accept losing in this situation. But dude, it's so bad. There's so much in it that's he reminds me of the gay guy in what is it? Wedding Crashers. The one that like paints him. The one that's like, did you ever see Wedding Crashers?
Yeah, I think I've seen it once. Yeah, but some people always reference it, and I'm like,
well, there's this guy, this gay guy that's always like, he's just this little one, and it's like this perfect Hampton family. They're all like senators and stuff. They have this one little gay son who's like super creepy, and he's always looking like this. And that's how fucking Robert Pattinson played Batman. Every time that he didn't have the fuck, he was always looking at you with his little pouty Zoolander face. Get the fuck out of here. Everyone who says this movie is good can go suck a dick. The Penguin doesn't even make any sense, okay? In no comic book did I see that Penguin was some mob boss, like dude with a deformed face, so they just called him the Penguin. It's always been some form of like either it's super Tim Burton like Batman Returns was, where he's like he is a penguin, or like he at least adopts the penguin moniker where he dresses like one. He has penguins around. There's some sort of weird part of that. She's not even Catwoman. She just has cats. Get the fuck out of here with this fucking movie. There was so much in it that was bad. Every part. This is one of the worst Batman movies ever. The Batman versus Superman with Ben Affleck. I'm gonna say that's probably worse. Awful. That's probably worse. That's probably the worst Batman of all time. But this is second. This is the second worst. I'll watch Batman and Robin all day with George Clooney, and I'll watch it all day. Oh, with Arnold Schwarzenegger? Hilarious.
No.
Chill. Amazing. What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age. I'll watch. At least Batman and Robin's trying to make me laugh. At least there's something going on in this movie.
I didn't like Tim Burton's one either. I didn't like
you know what? But at least that one made a choice. Yeah. At least that one was like, we're going to go super weird, and we're going to be like, it's going to be like a Tim Burton, like a fucking Nightmare Before Christmas movie. I can at least accept that you did that. It's not my favorite, but at least you did that. Fuck out of here. You couldn't see anything in it either. It's dark as fuck. Like, how is that good for a movie theater? Like, you need lighting of some sort. Like, I get it. You're fighting in the shadows and blah, 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 blah. And they also tried to make it like very realistic. So like at one point, he like, when, instead of, in The Dark Knight, his suit can like harden to air, so that's how he flies, because like when he hits wind, he can like turn it into like a wing suit and he can like fly. All right, probably not, but we accept it as people that are watching a comic book movie, and we're like, okay. But in this one, he hits a little button and he gets literally one of those like where people like do like flight suits.
Yeah, those
okay, so it's like very realistic. That's what this one is. It's like it's trying to be very realistic in all of this. Like he has like a leather helmet and it looks very realistic. Okay, so he does this little flight suit. He jumps off a fucking building. He's flying. He's going. He bounces off a bus and fucking falls on the ground. It's like, no, okay, hold on. Are we doing realistic? Are we doing comic book? Because in the real world, he's a puddle. He's a jelly sandwich that just explodes. He's not, that's not, I fucking hated this movie. I fucking hated this movie.
So you didn't like Batman?
Don't watch the Batman. I don't even want to do this to you. Don't go waste your time with this shit.
I'm so curious now.
The only positive I will say,
I mean, you hate it that much that it makes me want to watch it.
Dude, he takes a shotgun blast to the chest.
It'll probably, if it's as bad as you say, I won't watch the whole. I will fall asleep.
You will. Oh, yeah. I guarantee you will, because on Sunday I was tired and I like forced myself, like had a soda, was like, oh fuck, I need a sugar, I need something to, how am I gonna get through? Okay, 3 hours. And I sat there for 3 fucking hours waiting for it to happen. The very end of the movie is Batman and this fucking Catwoman bitch riding on motorcycles together, just side by side, as slow violins play, and they ride through the fucking Gotham as they're like, and then they go their separate ways. I didn't need a love story. I wanted a Batman movie. Fuck you. Oh man. I've never been more upset at a Batman movie.
Man.
God, I hate it.
I love the passion.
I hated it with all my heart. But I'll tell you what I love. Ozark is coming out this
the second
Saturday
part of the.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. The last thing we saw was Ruth driving into the fucking angry. You're gonna have to fucking kill me.
That's what she said.
Which now they've dubbed that over so many TikToks, and it's fucking hilarious. Like there's a bunch of people doing them where anytime you're losing it, anytime you're at work and you're losing it, and you're like, I'm out. Like there's this one really funny one where the guy's clocking out. The XFL though, the only thing I was going to talk about the XFL, obviously I'm not going to watch the XFL. I'm not going to tune in and do it.
Me neither.
The dogs aren't either, but. The coaches. Hey! Shut up! Shut up! Oh my God. The coaches they got are very impressive. I just want to say that. I did not think they would get guys like this. Rod Woodson, Hines Ward, Wade Phillips, Jim Haslett, Bob Stoops. There was other ones on there too, but those were the big ones that jumped out at me. I was just kind of like, damn. Because I'm not saying that you're going to get the same product as the NFL, because obviously if you're the best, you'll go to the NFL. However, a lot of these guys will be able to maybe do some schemes and create some. I could see this being a positive. This they could talk some of these lesser football players into.
Well, they got The Rock backing it. I mean,
yeah, I like that too. The Rock's he's not just backing it. He's like
owner.
He's the boss. Yeah, he's the CEO.
But I mean, so that's. I think that's the best thing they have going for it, but it's still minor league football.
Now, the other good thing that they're doing is that their season will run after the NFL season.
Smart.
So if you've got me, I mean, I'm not big into watching regular season
should
baseball.
Have started a little bit sooner than now. Like it should start like right after the Super Bowl.
They're not starting yet.
Oh, I thought it already started.
Have they played games?
I swear, like Houston.
Oh, yeah?
Oh. I've seen them. I've seen
I
them.
thought he was just announcing the teams and stuff the other day.
I'm pretty sure that.
Okay.
They've already played at least one game.
Yeah, so I'm big on the XFL. I'm really into it. I'm really big on the XFL.
I didn't even know they played. I'm a big fan, but
they're getting teams together. I heard they're gonna. They hired some coaches.
There's this new football league.
No, I think that at best, you maybe get some highlight reel stuff that I'll watch at some point.
At best, a couple of those guys are gonna get a contract in the NFL.
Yes. At best. Other than that, it's on for
his fucking name playing in it. Johnny Manziel.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Is he in it?
He should.
I'm sure he is. I mean,
Baker Mayfield will be there soon.
Oh, we didn't talk about Baker.
Yeah, we didn't. It was on there. I mean, I don't know what there is to talk about.
Did you see the statue? It's so funny.
It's awesome.
What is it with these statues make? Like, it looks like a person, but it doesn't look like Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, I know.
I feel it's like Peyton Manning instead. Like, it doesn't look like fucking Peyton Manning.
I just don't know where he's going to go. I don't know. People are saying that it's going to happen up here in the draft, but where?
Cleveland's the one that's fucked here.
Yeah.
They owe him $18 million.
You gotta cut him.
And if they cut it, if they release him, they're on the hook for that $18 million.
But I don't see. There's nobody offering you a 6th round pick.
I don't know.
There's nobody offering you anything.
I don't know if they have to pay Baker though.
No, it's just a cap hit.
It goes against their cap hit. But other teams don't. They know
want him.
They don't. They know that you
don't want him.
Yeah, they know that they can't start the season with him on your roster.
They know.
So, what are you going to trade for?
You're calling and you're like, please, we'll take a bag of beans. And they're like,
but that's what Dan Orlovsky was saying the other day, that Baker played hurt last year, and the year before that, he was actually had made an improvement on his game. And that, fuck it,
Shut your fucking mouths!
He's predicting that someone's going to offer him a 4th or 5th round pick, and someone's going to take it, and that if you get 2020 Baker, that's worth your 4th round pick.
But the problem with that theory is all the teams that are left that we think would do that, New Orleans, Atlanta, Seattle, all of those teams. Well, New Orleans not really, because I think they genuinely are going to give Jameis Winston another go.
Yeah.
So then you look at
Carolina,
but his coach came out and said that Sam Darnold's going to be our starter, and they traded picks for Sam Darnold. So they really can't right away just say, "Oh, this didn't work. We can't do it." I'm just saying.
What if Houston offered him a 4th round pick? He's better than fucking Mills, right?
But again, if Houston's like, why would we
you don't want to pay the $18 million.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing.
Why
that's
are
what
we
you don't
paying
want to
him $18
do. Because if they release him, then you can sign him to a contract
for a cheap little contract, and he's going to have to prove a prove it deal.
Right.
He's going to have to sign a 1 or 2 year deal for him.
With you. I mean, like the Browns are the ones that are fucked here, but let's remember they have a fucking Deshaun Watson.
They do have Deshaun Watson, and let's just say they take an $18 million cap hit the year that he's going to miss possibly half the season.
And he also, this is his first year, isn't as much, right?
Yeah, for the cap for him's not that bad. So,
well, I think they actually
it's
on
only
that
$1 million.
contract. Yeah, the first year was the smallest one because he might not play.
So yes, they're fucked this year, But then after that, Baker will be in the rearview mirror. They won't have to worry about it, and then they'll just roll forward with Deshaun. I think they made the right move because they got their guy. Yeah. So that's what you want. But yeah,
in the NFL, you have to have the quarterback first.
After this, they cut Baker. Let's say they cut Baker. You're the Seattle Seahawks. You're in a rebuild. You're obviously in a rebuild. You cut Bobby Wagner and you traded Russell Wilson. You are in a rebuild. If you bring Baker Mayfield in, he's going to be worse than Russell Wilson was with an offensive line that wasn't there, that Russell Wilson was running for his life, with a defense that's totally decimated, that's going to keep giving the ball back to Baker that he's not going to be able to handle. It's just...
I could see somebody do it. Maybe
Atlanta?
Detroit.
Well, but see, I mean, they kind of are going...
Yeah.
I take Jared Goff over Baker.
Probably.
I mean, there are not a lot of teams that are left in this market that really need him.
The Giants?
And they kind of said they'll give the Daniel Jones another go. I do it if you can get him on a prove it deal. If I can sign you to a 1 year deal and just to say, come in and let's just, I'll do the competition between you and Daniel Jones, or you and Sam Darnold, or you and Jameis Winston. But
I can't think of any other team that would.
They're not there. Everybody else picked their.
We'd be the
you know what? Tampa Bay would be really smart to go to him and say, listen, let us take you for when he leaves, because he's not staying here. This isn't forever. This is obviously until he feels like he's done. But truthfully, this will be the last year.
This will be the last year.
At least in Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
And maybe he goes somewhere else. But in Tampa Bay,
he's going to Miami. Yeah.
In theory, yeah, I've heard that rumor too. And
apparently he's got ownership.
They said they give him stakes. Yeah. How amazing is that? He owned Miami his whole career. His whole career, he owned that fucking franchise. He should get stake in the Giants and the Jets and the
fucking Bills too.
But yeah, I just don't know where Baker goes. I don't think it happens on this draft night either. I really don't.
Well, I don't. It would be. I could see it happening. I mean, like for a sixth round pick,
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Pittsburgh would make some sense because you really want to go to war with fucking.
No, they don't. Name? But I also think a lot of teams that are in this area, Seattle, Atlanta, New Orleans, people like that, they know that this next draft, they've already been talking about it on ESPN. This next year's draft is going to be loaded with quarterbacks. They're talking about the top 5 picks could be quarterbacks. So maybe that's what Pittsburgh's doing. Maybe Pittsburgh's
there's definitely some teams doing.
There's some sort of plan. Maybe that's what we're doing. That's his name. Maybe that's what we're doing. I don't think we take a quarterback in the 3rd or 13th pick. I hope not. Jesus, I hope not. I don't see a quarterback in this year's draft.
We better not.
No, fuck no. The 3rd pick,
especially if there's really good ones next year.
Yeah, if we take Malik Willis with the 3rd pick this year, I'm going to be.
That's why I say you just fucking build up that offensive line for a few years.
I take the fuck out of Evan Neal. That kid is going to walk on and start. He is ready.
Safety. Oh no,
he's the tackle from Alabama. Yeah. He looks like a fucking refrigerator. House. He's huge,
and he's the one that you see with that
stereotypical. He's
the one that took that picture with his shirt off. Yeah, he's just fucking ripped. Yeah, not ripped, but he's pretty much for a 350
if Tyson
pound
Fury
man.
Can get to that, holy shit! You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. All right. Well, fuck. We've talked about everything under the sun here.
Yeah. Tangents.
Don't watch the Batman. Fuck you,
I'm doing
Robert Pattinson.
I'm watching it.
I'll do it.
I never watched any Twilights.
Well, good for you. But you know what? The one thing I did like though was that they show. Well, of course, this fucking emo Batman. They show him putting the black makeup on his eyes because you never see that in the Usually they'll take the helmet off and then you just see his face and it's like, yeah, but when you had the helmet on, there was clearly all black makeup on there. So you see him doing that, which I finally was like, finally, we got a Batman that's painting his face. But other than that, this emo Batman can kick rocks.
That's the only thing you liked about it.
Fucking shit. Everything else is bad on it. They also tried to throw a bunch of famous people in there. You'll see when you watch it, but that doesn't make a good movie. Yeah. Just because you're like, oh look, and we got this famous person and this famous person. It's like, okay, but you gotta have some substance behind this. I don't know. I fucking hated it. But I love you guys. Hey, there was more than just 2 of us. We got like 6 or 7 views on the last couple of videos.
What?
And I'll say that I was like, it's just me and Dannon watching. But then I went to work, and a bartender who knows nothing about sports, he literally knows nothing about sports. He started bringing up little things that I said in the last waiver wire. I can't even remember.
What's his name?
Ivan. Yeah. Ivan was like saying that he was like, yeah, I listen to it while I'm working out. I was like, that's awesome.
That's awesome. What's up, Ivan?
Pump. Ivan, pump.
One more rep, bro.
Come on. But yeah, love you guys.
Peace.
We'll see you soon. Fuck off.